Hi, Tom Cole for BCSN, and welcome into the Unsung Heroes segment, brought to you by the great folks at Team Sports, Mr. Bob Eberly and Nick Eberly and all their gang. We're so very appreciative that they've allowed us to do this, and what's so very cool about this is we get to emphasize and show and illustrate great coaches and great athletes, and I have two such coaches here in the studio today. I'd like you to meet them. First, to my immediate left, Rob Conover, who's the head men's basketball coach at Maumee Valley, plus hardworking AD doing a great job. And Rick Morris, outstanding head baseball coach at Emmanuel Christian. Start with you, Rob, if I can. We were talking before the show, 20-5.
Yep.
Tremendous season.
Yeah.
You made it to the regional semis, is that right,
Yep.
in a tournament?
Yep.
It's got to be difficult, because I know you do a great job as AD at Maumee Valley with the Hawks, but being the head basketball and AD, is that?
Yeah.
Take me inside that. That's got to be a little tough.
It's a little bit easier at a small school.
Okay.
You wouldn't see that typically at a bigger school, one of like the bigger public schools. But obviously, I've got a lot of great help. Whether it's Owen Barton, a guy that helps me out on game day, the assistant coaches that I've got on staff. We've got veteran coaches, on the other staff. So it makes it a lot easier when you have that kind of setup.
I've always been so impressed with your style. The way that you interact with the kids, the way that you handle situations, that you care about the kids, you do the right thing, you're concerned about them, not just as athletes, but as students and what they're going to do beyond basketball. Where did you get that acumen?
I just think it's something I have a passion for. I have a passion for working with student athletes, and I think it was developed over the course of my career, and I've kind of been able to hone in on that, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to step foot in Maumee Valley every day and work with the special student athletes that we have there.
Coach Morris, second year at Emmanuel Christian. I was so impressed. I got to do one of your baseball games last week in a 20-degree weather, whatever it was tough, and you were coaching them up. But what so impressed me, Coach, is you're trying to build a program and changing a culture. You've got a bunch of young kids. Most of them have not really played baseball, and I was so impressed with your approach. Kind of take us inside your philosophy of building a program. You don't have that many kids that have played baseball. You have good kids, and they play hard, but they haven't had a lot of reps. Take me inside your philosophy.
Right. So, with the school, they're already coming into it with it behind.
Right.
There's no freshman program. There's no JV program. It's all varsity. So these kids are being thrown directly into the fire. So our job as coaches and the additional staff is to help get them prepared to play at the varsity level, because some of the kids at sophomores and freshmen, they're just getting thrown right into it.
Right.
And there's no chance to develop. There's no chance for them to really kind of get the reps that other kids are getting a chance to see. So really try to break the game down. And like you said, we've got kids that have never played before.
Right.
My son was one of them last year, first time coming out. Never played baseball
Son
before.
did a good job the other day when I was doing the game.
I think it was for the camera. Because coming up to that point, we were like...
He played well. He really did.
It was like, okay, he's up to bat. What are we going to do now? But honestly, overall, I mean, he played exceptionally well. It's really his first real game that he's performed really well. And we've had that with other guys the same way, who've come out and never had a chance to play before, and they're going out in the field and they're showing the fact that they're athletes, that they can actually produce and perform.
I don't think the people that sit in the stands understand how important it is for athletes to have confidence, because everybody loses their confidence along the way. Coach, how do you deal with that when you get a youngster that is struggling, they can play, but their confidence is just not there?
Sure. We had A.J. Johnson. That was one of his big things before the season. We talked about, developing confidence. And you do that through repetition, through practice, through film work. You do everything that you can control. And A.J., by the end of the year, he was a huge part of the reason we were able to make the tournament run. We were able to make, I think he hit 4 threes against Ottawa Hills in the district semifinal game. And he was a kid that, struggled with that, early on, and was able to develop that confidence through practice and repetition.
Coach Rick, you agree with helping with confidence?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if they go into it with a down mindset, then that's exactly how they're going to perform. They're going to perform down.
Right.
So as coaches, one of the things that we do is we just inspire these kids of, look, you're playing a game of errors.
Right.
And basketball is a little bit different from baseball, whereas if you take somebody who goes to free throw line 3 times out of 10, they're not a very good free throw shooter. You go 3 for 10 in baseball, you're going to college.
Right. Yeah. Coach, both coaches, I dropped one of the shirts. Coach, there's yours. And I'm going to try and reach down if I can get it. Yeah, it's back still works. Get one for you, the Unsung Hero shirts. Coaches,
thanks, Tom.
You make a difference in kids' lives every day. Thank you so very much for what you do in our community and the way you work with our kids. We appreciate having you on the show. Thanks. All right. Tom Cole for the Unsung Hero segment.